royal gathering, I guess they called it.
Yeah, at times they called it by both.
They did.
Yep, in their little advertising outside the hall, they called it a royal reunion.
Wow. Well, it was royal, all right.
It was royal.
Very.
And these are some special rhodochrosites
Yep.
from the Sweet Home Mine in Alma, Colorado.
Yep.
Not only do you have the Alma Queen, which was found back in the 1960s, I think 1966,
Mm-hmm.
but the Alma King in the center, the Alma Rose to the right, and Catherine's necklace on display. Rhodochrosite, an 18-karat gold necklace.
Yep.
4 very important and beautiful items from the Sweet Home Mine.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And for the first time that I can remember, I actually saw somebody wear Catherine's necklace.
Oh, yeah,
It was a special moment.
it was.
And our young intern.
Yeah. Did
will
you get
never-
a shot of it?
I did not. I do have a picture of her from the show.
She was so nervous.
Yeah.
I'm surprised
Emily.
Emily
Yeah.
let you take her picture.
Yep.
Yep.
Emily was really nervous about having this very expensive piece of jewelry around her neck.
Mm-hmm.
She's a great addition to our team. She
Yep.
handles all of our new inventory input to our inventory management system, and we thank Emily very much before every show. So we're delighted to have her on staff, and she did get a chance to wear Catherine's necklace for a documentary photograph.
There you go. We're proud of her.
Yep,
Anyway, the show went very well.
it did.
Very, very well. We were all a little nervous at first, but
Yep,
Kyleman had it under control, and it went smooth.
yes, it did.
Mhm.
And almost everybody who attended the show said this is really a great venue. The Colorado Convention Center, we were in the something ballroom.
The Four Seasons Ball.
Four Seasons. It always reminds me of a hotel chain rather than the name of that ballroom.
Right.
However, it was flippin' beautiful,
Yeah,
and
really nice.
maybe the most elegant show held in the continental United States. I mean, the hall is beautiful. The dealers who were there were extremely high-end. Beautiful minerals were everywhere. And it was quite a fine experience, and those people who came were really excited to be there.
Yep.
Saw a lot of great minerals, special exhibits, presentations, and it was quite the experience.
Absolutely. I was very impressed.
Yep.
By far the cleanest gym show I've ever been to.
Yeah.
Mineral show for
Yeah.
sure.
And I think that show, in the years ahead, Christoph Kyleman and his team are working really hard. They had to struggle through all the issues with the COVID epidemic worldwide. I know with Christoph being the promoter for the Munich show, he could have brought in a number of European dealers that never have come into the United States before to display.
Right.
And so it was kind of disappointing that there were so many challenges for foreigners to get into the United States and bring their inventory in for the show. In future years, we're all hoping that will change, and this is going to be one of America's, if not eventually the top show in America. It will certainly be number 2 with a bullet rising, because this is a cool venue. First time the AGTA was held in a display. American Gem Trade Association was here in town with about 100 vendors or so, and that was the first time that happened in conjunction with the annual Denver Gem and Mineral Show. So Denver's definitely growing. It was very smooth all the way around in all of the venues. I know the guys out at Crown Plaza Hotel, with Alan out there and all of the other folks, Craig and Jennifer, they just about doubled our normal sales out there at that venue. It was very well attended, and lots of things were sold. So the Denver show is
a lot of
growing.
first-time people coming to their first show.
That's really wonderful.
So many people told me this is the first show we've ever been to.
Wow.
That's great, and your displays look beautiful out
Oh,
there.
well, thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, and this is everything out there was half price.
Yep.
So next year, if you're coming in for the annual Denver Mineral Show, don't hesitate to get out to the Crowne Plaza and to the Downtown Convention Center.
Absolutely. There was also another show in town. My wife and I happened to pop by. I think I have a picture of it loaded here somewhere, if I can find it in the queue. Yeah, I'm blind. I stuck it somewhere. Maybe.
Max Res
Oh well, doesn't matter.
Default? Is it Max Res Default? This one?
No, that's the. That's where we're going to be in February. We'll kill time doing that. Why I figure out where that other picture is.
This is cool. This was the entry slide for the video.
Huh?
Yes. Was that okay?
Yes.
Cool. I had never seen that.
Yep.
Yeah. Or the closing slide, one way or another.
One way or another.
Yeah.
Yep. For we'll be next February rather than at the next show slide. I'll show you.
Yeah.
I can find this.
And that building is coming together very nicely from what I understand. It's completely gutted, and they are putting all the new flooring in, all the new walls in. So the Tucson Fine Mineral Gallery is where our retail operations will be, along with Crystal Classics, Franco Crystal, Nick Stolowitz, Grayburn Himes, and Dreyer Carvings.
Yep. And then he was made official at the show this last weekend that there will be a Westward Look show February 4th through the 7th.
Yep.
I was surprised to hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hadn't heard a whole lot about it prior to that, but asking Dave Weissman directly, he said, yes, we're having a show.
Yep.
So that's great.
Yep.
They will be very successful out there. That's 4th through the 7th of 2022.
Right.
Well, fabulous.
Oh, and now the software is kind of blinking, and my computer is shut down.
Oh.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what's going on. Have to ask Carl if.
It's thinking really hard.
It must be. It must be thinking really hard. I hope I didn't anger it by adding the extra slide at the last minute.
I was going to say,
I don't think so.
You made one request too many, Richard. And
It's
very angry.
It's quite possible. And my cursor has, frozen.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah. I don't know if we're still broadcasting or not.
Well, we have all been very polite and professional, so
I agree.
We won't get canceled from YouTube.
Hopefully.
But we can happily start over.
I think we might have to.
That's no problem.
Okay.
Now, can you kill the recording?
Yes.
Okay, you can.
Oh, yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Before it uploads.
Yeah. Well, yes. Yes. Oh, we're
Oh,
back.
Looky
And
there.
it looks like it's still working.
Okay.
I don't know. I guess what we can do is continue with this show.
All right.
And
See what it looks like.
see what it looks like. All right. This is a live show, folks.
Yeah. So, thanks for bearing with us.
Little technical computer
Little
glitch.
Yep.
And,
Anyway, here is the shot of the Coliseum for
Interesting.
the Coliseum show. It was really quite interesting. Safa and I went and spent a day out there. And
okay.
It was interesting.
Now, did they also have a venue across the street?
Yeah, yes. They were in the parking lot across the street, and then in the building next door, apparently there were a lot of the, the cathedrals and other big quartz specimens and whatnot. We spent our time in the Coliseum here, the Western Show Complex.
Were you able to find mineral specimens there, or was it mostly beads and gewgaws?
I think my wife bought 2 pieces.
Okay.
It was mostly the latter of what you were describing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's a real mixture, hodgepodge of dealers.
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, I found a quite beautiful piece of petrified wood, but I opted not to buy
Okay.
that. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, there was some interesting dealers there.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah, I've never been out there
because
we're always working during the show. It's hard to find time to shoehorn in time to go see these things.
Other things.
You know, the great thing about this show was that everybody was seemingly very comfortable in these environments.
Yes.
Whether it was the Crown Plaza ballroom area, whether it was the Colorado Convention Center or at the stock show in the Coliseum. Heck, everybody was like you rolled back the clock 2 years. They were enjoying rocks and minerals, walking around, talking with each other, smiling where you could see their face without the mask. It was wonderful, and I haven't heard any particular uptick in ambulance rides around the town. So life is good.
So
lots of people. Yep.
Yep, everything went smoothly.
Yep, very good.
And there were some wonderful special exhibits at the convention center upstairs at the GGMS show. They were separated. Do you know if the plan next year is to incorporate that, or is that going to stay up there?
You know, I am totally confused about it, because you were the one who even told me they're not on our floor.
Yeah, they're upstairs.
And not only just upstairs, but upstairs and down the hall to the right.
Yeah, in several different rooms.
Yeah, kind of hard.
So, honest to goodness, Richard, I thought the whole thing was going upstairs, and you corrected me and told me that the Hard Rock Summit in future years will stay on the floor by that ballroom.
Right.
But that next year, is my understanding, AGTA will join on that level in an adjoining ballroom.
Correct.
So they will no longer be in the Sheridan Ballroom Complex, which is nearby the convention center, but not actually in it. So at least that consolidation will take place, and there'll be a lot more square footage devoted to mineral specimens next year when more of the international dealers can come in. Dealers like Marcus Budil were there from overseas, but he did his quarantine in Cancun before
it's pretty rough.
Yeah, it's pretty rough to have to be quarantined
for 2
Cancun.
weeks in Cancun.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, it is ironic that you have to fly to Cancun and then come up here. And you can't just fly direct in quarantine.
Yeah. So anyway.
That's the system we have, and we're dealing with it.
Yep.
So anyway, more displays. Let's see here if I can get to it. I think this was Dr. Goebbels' display.
I believe that is a true statement.
Some beautiful Illinois fluorite.
Yeah, Dr. Goebbels took a lot of time out of his schedule during this calendar year and displayed 52 cases of fine fluorite specimens at the Springfield show back in August. And then here in September, he brought a portion of that display up to the Denver Gem and Mineral Show, which was on the first floor of the convention center.
Yep. And these are some minerals of Western Europe, I believe.
Yep.
So very, very nice displays.
Yeah.
I was impressed. And, of course, there was another big fish bowl up there with... Fish? No, that's actually, this one is Brian and Dave Bunk's fluorite collection.
Isn't that neat?
Colorado fluorites. It was a beautiful thing.
I recognize the yellow one from the Creed area.
Right.
And, the Crescent Mine.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a killer.
And that's that again. There it is. And we have the Spans Amazing Case.
Yeah, boy, that was beautiful.
Oh, my God.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Our newest employee, Christopher Clark, was really smitten with this fluorite and fluorite.
Yeah. Well, that's truly amazing, actually.
Yep. A little string of green crystals inside the purple spinel.
Yep. Yeah, that's killer.
Yep. Pretty amazing stuff.
Yep.
And then there was one more that I wanted to show.
Your son?
We'll show that one later.
Okay.
There's the Perot Museum had a nice case, and the Harvard Museum had a nice case. So I wasn't expecting the museums to show up, but they did.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
They had some good stuff out there.
Yeah, another wonderful case of Illinois fluorite. Our friend locally here, Larry Havens, who is very connected with the Denver Gem and Mineral Guild, put in a wonderful case of fluorite. So.
And that's a nice slide because it does show the banner there for the Denver Gem and Mineral Show. Mm-hmm. This is the show in Denver that started it all, which is sponsored by the multitude of clubs here in the Denver area that have gem and mineral focus. Mm-hmm. And they always have put on the Denver Gem and Mineral Show, and they were at the downtown convention center. Is there rumor of whether they'll be staying in that hall or not?
I believe that is the plan.
Is that the plan? In future years, they will stay there as well. Yep. Well, that's fantastic. Because it's a big step up from the merchandise market.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, yes.
Yep. If we could just get it all kind of more incorporated into one big area, if we could somehow figure out a way to come downstairs.
Yeah.
I mean, that lobby area where the roto display was, they could have fit them out there. There weren't enough dealers.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah,
very interesting.
I don't know. They'll figure it out.
Yeah. I had only been to a few shows. I'd been to an auto show down at that convention center and a couple, and a numismatic show down there. Mm-hmm. I had no idea until I started walking around this year how enormous that convention center is.
Yeah, it's giant.
It's cavernous.
Right.
And you could put every mineral dealer known to man in that building,
and fossil
and leftover,
and have room.
And have room.
I mean, there was also a home show and a tattoo artist show going on at the same time, and I never saw any of those people.
Right.
Wow. That's how big it was.
Yeah, it's enormous, folks.
A few of the tattoo people started to wander through.
Yes, they did.
At the end of our show, it was rather interesting.
Yeah. Not only did we have our regular devotees of mineral collecting and gemstone collecting, but we had
some body art people.
So it was fun and interesting.
It was very good. And, of course, I'm sorry, I got to sneak in a few pictures. This was the boy that... I'm going to let you discuss a little bit about this booth, Steve. This could be the future of mineral collecting.
It was very intriguing. It was the CT...
Minerals,
CT Minerals. And they are very big into digitally capturing in 3 dimensions the mineral specimens. Here they were digitally capturing Richard's son.
Yes.
And
they got him.
Richard's son has a hard time standing still.
Oh my God. Well, he's 5.
He's 5. But he was able to stand still long enough for a few pictures to be taken.
Right.
And I'll tell you what, these folks have an interesting point of view. I kept asking them how they were going to commercialize this activity of 3D digitally capturing every last nanometer of space on a mineral specimen. But that wasn't as clear as just the fact that this was a mind-bending imaging exercise. And they were capturing everything there possibly was to know about every mineral specimen in 3D.
And the intention is to be able to sell it, right? Sell space of your mineral or parts of it?
Interestingly enough, Collector's Edge was at a couple cryptocurrency shows during 2021, and we had a number of the people who sell NFTs, I think they're called. And basically, they were encouraging us to have our very finest minerals digitally captured in the way that they were in the CT Minerals booth, and then selling little, 2-centimeter square sections of this. So you were selling a share, if you will, in the mineral specimen, whatever it might be. And you could be a 1/100th or 1/2000th owner of this mineral specimen. It's all a little confusing for me.
But people would like to be able to own a piece of the gold dragon, or the candelabra, or other iconic minerals, and this would be their chance to say, hey, I am a part owner of that piece.
So at some point you will probably be able to buy a portion of a mineral. If you want to buy the whole thing, you got go to our website, www.collectorsedge.com. You get the whole thing. We don't sell you just one little centimeter of it square. We will sell you the whole darn rock.
Right. Full disclaimer, we don't have those 3 specimens that I just named off on our website for sale, but please come visit anyway. We have some beautiful minerals there.
So lots of fun stuff, and it looks like it's going to grow in future years. I think Denver is going to be the place to come. If you're planning 2022 and you say, oh, I've never been to the Denver show, I'd like to come out there and see the beauty of the Colorado mountains, see the office at the Collector's Edge in the showroom here, meet all of us.
Minus you.
Yeah, minus me.
But you're retiring.
But I'll still be in Denver.
We can do like a driving tour of Denver and drive them by famous people's houses.
Yeah,
there we go.
Yeah. I'll be way down on the list.
No, you'll be number 1.
I'll be way down on the list. But anyway, well, you'll definitely want to come in 2022.
Absolutely.
But early in 2022, as Richard was previewing for you, there's going to be more things to see in the mineralogical world.
Right.
At the corner of St. Mary's and what's sort of Oracle, but they call it Granada.
Yeah, Maine and Granada are right at that point.
Yeah. So anyway, it's a big yellow building. You can't miss it. And it's going to have some great mineral dealers contained within this location, and it's going to be very elegant. There'll be special exhibits here. I believe there's going to be some sort of food catering of some sort. I don't know the details in the courtyard, but this is going to be a really significant venue for mineral collectors, and you will definitely want to plan to go to Mineral City. There's going to be 100 mineral dealers in that area, plus another tent. I understand catty corner to Mineral City. Sandra Gonzalez has leased the space from Danny Duke, kind of catty corner to Mineral City.
That empty lot there?
Yep, and she's putting a tent up, and there's going to be many dealers there. As well. And then Dave Waisman's holding his Westward Look
show.
And the TGMS is continuing to hold their show. So Tucson is going to be a happening place in February too.
Can't wait.
January, February. So things are really on the uptick all over America with minerals. In fact, both Richard and I, before the end of the year, are going to do 2 more road trips. I'll be out on the road with Christopher Clark, our new staff member, and so he'll be traveling with me, meeting our customers and helping me show mineral specimens on the road. And then when we get back, Richard Jackson will be in November out on the road in the West Coast. Once again.
Christopher will be joining me as well. So he's going to be busy. He's going to be doing a lot of traveling because he just left this morning to finish moving here. So
yes, he did.
His next couple months are going to be very busy. So it ought to be good.
But, so what have we forgotten? There were lots of fun stuff. Did you go to the AGTA?
I did.
And what did you think?
Well,
have you been in Tucson as well?
I have. Oh, yes.
Okay, so how did the two compare?
So the one in Tucson, I would say, was bigger this year than the one that happened this year. But it's first year. A lot of people couldn't come because, like you said, the travel restrictions.
Right.
But everyone really was enjoying themselves. I mean, I had a hard time getting in because my badge didn't match my ID. But after we got that figured out, I was able to go in and see some of the same guys I used to see down in Tucson at the AGTA.
Wonderful.
Great.
So they were happy with their show?
It seemed to be.
Good. Was the hall nice over at the Sheridan? Or?
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I think ours
it looked pretty
quite
good.
Nice, but it's, like I said, the nicest venue I think I've ever set up in, for sure.
Yeah. And they're moving over to join us next year, so
which I think is a great idea.
Right.
everybody together.
Now, were they letting general public in there, or you had to have dealer credentials
into
AGGA?
You had to have credentials, yeah.
Okay, all right.
Or to have pre-registered somehow.
All right.
Gotcha. So, that's it. You got to come next year, folks.
Yeah.
Because I know Volter and Chris Kyleman do have... Oops, there we go. Get all that sorted up. There they are. Chris Kyleman on the left, and Volter... What's his last name on the right?
Volter.
Volter on the right.
Mayring, I think it's MEHING or MEHRING.
Yep.
If I'm slaughtering it, I apologize, Volter. I didn't mean to do that.
Yeah, we're trying to give you a shout.
I have limited IQ, so it's the best I can do.
Right. But anyway, they're trying to grow this show, and they have high expectations.
Yeah.
And they have set the bar high to grow this over the next 3 to 5 years, and it should become one of the preeminent shows in the world.
And the other thing is we haven't mentioned all the venues that were around town because we honestly didn't have time to go see them, but out at the Gaylord Hotel, which is in the vicinity of where the Sandra Gonzalez show is at the Crown Plaza Hotel and Convention Center. They had a huge gemstone and jewelry show at the Gaylord Hotel, and that Gaylord property is brand new. It's in the airport area. It's gorgeous. And they had a big ballroom filled with all the gemstone and jewelry dealers, and some of the mineral dealers had a show also close by the Crown Plaza as well, and I forget what they call that.
The Just Minerals Show.
Just Minerals Show. So there are other venues around town, and considering all of the tumult we've been in over the last year and a half with the COVID issues, this seemed to be moving forward in a very professional and successful way in 2021. So it was great.
Absolutely.
We had lots of new minerals.
Oh, yeah. And just in case, with that weird interruption we had in the middle of the show, just in case it got cut off, why don't we show this one more time?
Oh, yes.
The Royal Gathering.
Yeah. Of rhodochrosite from the Sweet Home Mine. And many, many thanks to the Houston Museum of Natural Science, the Denver Museum of Nature and Science, and the Rice Museum of Rocks and Minerals out in Hillsboro, Oregon, as well as the Colorado School of Mines Earth Science Museum. And all of them participated in having this reunion of specimens and a beautiful necklace on display at the Hard Rock Summit Evolution Show.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in. We had a good time sharing our thoughts about the Denver show last week, and any other final parting thoughts before we sign off?
I just wanted to know, since we spent nearly a week getting there and doing it, did we evolve in any way, shape,
There was an evolution.
There was an evolution.
Yep. We've all figured out how to navigate downtown.
Yeah, that's true. That is true, and where to park.
Right.
And if you get there really early, you can park right across from the building. But I'm talking 8 o'clock, 8:30. The show opens at 10.
Right.
But if you don't mind waiting for a little while, you can get a great parking spot.
That was one of the nice things about the show. It was 10 to 5. Boom.
Yep.
Nice.
From our perspective, anyway.
That's really nice.
For somebody who would get off work and want to come in the evening.
I wasn't so happy, but 10 to 5 is an unusually short period of time.
Right.
So anyway,
it's like Sunday at the main show.
That's right.
Tucson. So
we are all well rested.
Yes.
And happy.
Not bad.
So
and ready for the road shows in Tucson. So tune in next week, and we'll keep you updated on Minerals Live.
And not only did we bring new minerals to this show, but we're going to have new minerals on the road, both of us, because we had 3 big shipments that didn't come in time for Denver, so they're hitting the road with us. We're going to be able to show it to you on the road.
Yep. So
and on the web.
And on the web.
So make time for
us.
If
you leave anything for me.
You'll have a whole batch.
Absolutely. We got 100,000 minerals plus here. So there's enough minerals for everybody.
There you go.
So anyway,
thanks
everybody. Appreciate your tuning in, and we'll catch you next week on another edition of Minerals Live.